Hello, it is Monday, August 5th, and this is my 3 months on testosterone video update. It was officially 3 months on August 31st, 3 months of actual 7-day weeks, but my shot anniversary is the 7th, so in 2 days it will be like my 3 month anniversary, 3 month birthday-ish thing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about testosterone and changes that have happened so far and things of that sort. So basically, right now I'm on 0.3 cc of testosterone every week, and a delivery via intramuscular injection that I do myself I use my leg, my thigh, and I use a 20 gauge 1-inch needle to pull the testosterone into the barrel, and I use a 21 or a 22 gauge 1-inch needle to inject myself. It's quite fun. Some of the changes that I've noticed so far, in the very beginning, for day 1 to day to 2 months, I mostly just noticed increased hunger, a bit of increased energy, initially easier to build muscle, and that's still the case, definitely a little bit. It seems like I'm able to build muscle a little faster than I was before, and my voice got a little cracky in between month 1 and 2, and now it's definitely a little bit lower, but people don't really notice it that much. They just think that I have a cold, or they ignore it. I don't know, or I don't interact with them enough. The people in my immediate surroundings have noticed the voice drop a bit, and my immediate coworkers have said to me on occasion, do you have a cold? Is everything okay? Your voice is a little weird. And I'm like, oh, no, everything's fine. So yeah, those are some of the physical changes. Oh, the hair on my legs is a little thicker, and it's kind of migrating up my leg. And I have kind of this layer of peach fuzz all over my face, and kind of a few longer pieces here and there. But it's all very blonde, so I don't really do much about it. Yeah, I don't do anything about it. Acne isn't. I already kind of had an acne thing, so it hasn't increased significantly. I have it in new places, have some on my back very occasionally, and some on my chest very occasionally, but not very severe. My face is a little worse, but since I was already on medication for acne, it's not it's not as bad as I think that it would be otherwise. So that's good. That's nice. Big relief. Emotionally, I think that my emotions have leveled out a bit. I don't feel as much all over the place. Not that I was really all over the place, but they definitely just feel a little bit more stable and a little bit more kind of solid, less wonky. And I'm still feeling my emotions in the same ways, and I'm still feeling all the emotions that I have felt, and I don't feel like I can't express myself, or I can't articulate myself, or that I express particularly anger differently. I don't think I don't have any I don't know, all the stereotypes of anger. I don't have that, which is nice, and I didn't expect to. So, but just an update for people who have that assumption that the way that you feel anger changes. Maybe it does, but it hasn't for me yet. And I have not a lot of energy, but I can feel when I don't have as much energy at the end of each shot. So I am when it's approaching the time where I need to have my next shot, I definitely feel lower energy, and I feel like a little bit down, but it's not super significant to the point where I feel like I need to do something about it. But yeah, those are kind of like the major changes. But it's interesting because this process has brought up a lot of questions and thoughts, I guess, that I anticipated, not anticipated having certain thoughts or questions or whatever, but anticipated, the process stirring up some things. And I'm thinking a lot about gender and a lot about like how I view myself and how that goes in how I want society to see me and stuff like that. And a few people have asked me like, what does this mean going forward at this point at your 3 month point of testosterone, and it's a little over 3 months of my top surgery. What does that mean for you? Or like, what are you thinking about going forward? And I think my answer to that question is kind of as follows. I've realized that while I do picture myself with a more masculine, male-ish body, and that's how I have, that's my concept. That's something that I like want just because like, oh, I think it looks good. That's how I picture myself. So I picture myself with a male-ish masculine body, but I think the distinction lies in that I don't picture myself or like have any desire or any identification with being read as male. So, but I also don't have any identification with being read as female. So like the transition for me is physical and it has to do with society, but like I also just want people to see me without tying me to a gender. That's really important to me, and I don't know really how I can make that happen at this point, or if that's something that's possible, or if that's something, yeah, I don't know. But I know that that's kind of like what I want in the future. And that's what this kind of like non-binary transition means to me. It's not necessarily that I'm like transitioning to a place where my body is like non-binary. It's more like I'm transitioning to a place where I'm non-binary in society's scale of gender scale. Non-binary, or like maybe even agender. I don't know if there's I don't know. We'll see how it develops, but for now I'm going to continue on this kind of like physical transformation transition and see where that leads me, because I'm really liking how it's progressing so far. Yeah, and I'll hopefully be talking in the future about coming out at work, because I have done that to HR at least, and to like certain people that need to know at work know that I'm transitioning, and I've come out with my pronouns to the whole firm without explicitly saying that I'm transitioning, but with the kind of idea that priming everybody would, well, it's good that everyone knows my pronouns, but like kind of priming everyone with the idea that I am trans. I think that was a good idea. So that's kind of the first steps with that. And then maybe there'll be something about gender in the future too, because who knows, gender is weird. But yeah, okay. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later.